not able to convert.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the...
And a timeout, Kentucky right now.
Back and forth, here you go. I think for Coach Brooks, just trying to get a play set. It looked like things got a little stagnant. And, I talked earlier about the importance of possession.
Welcome.
Right now, when you're on the offensive end, you have to get a good shot.
Welcome
trying to figure out,
to historic Memorial Coliseum and Fayette, Lexington, Kentucky.
Both teams now with 2 timeouts. Yoki
Welcome to the second round on campus.
Absence from injury has looked good once again.
Yeah, 16 points right now, 8 for 17. And when she gets positioned down low, you can't move her. She's done a really good job of moving the post players up. You see she gets the post on her back. If that help side is not standing there before she catches the ball, she is catching it and going right into her shot.
Walker back on Amor. Walker's done a good job on Amor today. Lawrence, nice!
Wow, nice.
Lawrence has made some big shots today for the Wildcats.
We have regained the lead.
Left side free throw line is first.
And the winner of this game once again. Yes, the winner of this game went on for the Sweet 16.
Lawrence has had the hot hand. 3 on the way. Offensive rebound by Hassett.
And gets to go.
Mary Hassett has stepped up big in this game. She knocked down a couple of big threes earlier in the game, and now the offensive rebound.
Sundell lost it in the lane. It will go back to Kentucky. Off Sundell's foot.
Wow.
Let's take another look at this. Lawrence misses the shot, but Amira Hassett comes out of nowhere. Glenn does not box out her player, and by that time, the ball is up and in.
Hassett 7 rebounds, none bigger than that one. Lawrence to Key.
Tiani Key thought about it.
Shot clock under 10. Here's Key.
Aww.
Missed it, got her miss. And Key sticks it back up.
And gets it.
Yoki Lee not wanting to get a foul call. She does
not
box out her own player. Offensive rebound has set the tone.
And welcome to 2025 NCAA Tournament second round, Spokane Regional 4. Kentucky Wildcats versus Kansas State Wildcats. We have 2 Wildcats in here. We have 2 Wildcats in here. 2 of them. It's kind of pretty interesting.
Johnny Key, 9 points and 11 rebounds today. And again, a lot of the role players, as we expected, have stepped up today and have made a huge impact in this game. There's 2 of them, Hassett and Key.
It's good to see Amelia Hassett. She struggled up and down toward the end of the season, but has really stepped up as of late. Last game, knocked down a couple of threes. This game, being able to knock down a couple of threes, and those offensive rebounds in the last couple of possessions has really set the tone for Kentucky.
And we're under 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter before we end this game.
They're looking for Lee, but they'll shoot the 3.
Oh.
They couldn't get it inside. That goes out of bounds. No one touched
Goes out of
it.
bounds, turnover, back to Kentucky.
Kentucky did such a good job of denying that entry pass to Lee on that possession.
Definitely inside was open. We saw her. She knocked down 4 threes.
All right.
Last game against Fairfield.
Lawrence penetrates, lost it on the way up. It'll go back to Kansas State.
Oh, wow. For real.
Defensive possession by K-State. Staying steady, not fouling. See Sundell.
Now, in this historic Memorial Coliseum,
Ball on the floor
this
is
was...
out of bounds to Kansas State. That play is under review.
So good officiating.
But I'm telling you.
Kevin Tethel, Michael Price, Meadow Overstreet are 3 officials. By the way, the officials also are rewarded with NCAA tournament performances. These are the best of the best at all 16 sites. good job at this stage
I
of the
think
game.
I remember that song from
1:36 left to play. What do you expect from these last 96
whatever.
seconds?
Well, I think it's going to continue to be
Whatever,
up and down like we've seen it, but this is what they're looking at this last
From
possession.
whatever movie it is.
Kansas State ball.
Went off of Lawrence.
And we are,
Deja Lawrence from Greenville, North Carolina. Is a star at Charlotte. And has had a new role here at Kentucky, but she has meshed so well with Amor. It'll be Kentucky on defense, Kansas State with the ball.
Kansas State side is back in the game. And expect another look down low for Yoki Lee.
Sides. Off the mark on the three. Sundell with a big offensive board. Another three on the way.
And it's a
You're
three.
Jalen Glenn.
Offensive rebound. So
Well,
able to get a couple of offensive
under
rebounds.
2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This is well all decide.
Second chances. And took them down only by 2.
Kentucky up 2. Approaching the final minute of regulation.
We're in the final minute, under a minute to go. This is it. Who will make it? Oh,
And Lee with a great rebound.
Great defensive possession by Lee, not fouling. Again, Lee, number 50, has 4 fouls.
Poindexter for 3.
oh! Now the timeout is taken by our
Poindexter
Kentucky.
has put on a 3-point shooting clinic today, and that one gives Kansas State the lead with
The previous play
38.2
is under no
seconds
sub.
left.
The previous play is under review for timing.
Well, look at that ball moving right there, and Poindexter's shot goes up. She almost knew it was in right after it left her hand. You see her start running down the floor, and that is her 6th three-pointer of
The
the
game
game.
clock will be set to 39.8 seconds. Subs can enter if someone calls a timeout.
Poindexter, all of her made shots today have been 3-pointers. And Kansas State, who last year suffered a heartbreaking loss at this stage in the tournament to Colorado at home, they have never lost the memory of that disappointment. And this year, to get to the Sweet 16, they would have to do it on Kentucky's floor. So, 1-point game here with just under 40 seconds to play.
Karen Side talked about that in the press conference, having that feeling, and she said, yes, 365 days-ish around, and now we get that opportunity, and she said she didn't mind leaving Kentucky with the feeling that they had last season.
Kentucky with the ball. Amor open for 3.
Wow!
Well, the Stars will come out
Three!
and shine tonight as
For our
Jody
Kentucky
Amor has
Wildcats, we got a
struggled
timeout.
to score in different pockets of the game, but as of late has stepped up now, 14 points, and that might be one of the biggest threes thus far of her career.
The heart of a lion. Georgia Amor.
The shot was good by Georgia Amor. That's our first famous player on our team. In fact, that's my favorite player too.
The game clock is being set to 32.8 seconds.
It's still staying like this.
Timeout, the back and forth between Amor and Kenny Brooks.
And you said the mini-me part comes out, and I think if you're on both sides, Kentucky, you're talking about defense and making sure that you stay set on the defensive end. And if you're K-State, you're coming in, and what is the shot that you're looking at?
On paper, we felt like this would be one of the best games of the tournament. It is not disappointed. Lee is back in the game. Remember, she's playing with 4 fouls, 16.7 rebounds for the All-American. So it will be Kansas State's ball, 32.8 seconds left. Kentucky up to the Sweet 16 on the line. Sundell. Sundell, they take a timeout. Coach Jeff Mittie Was not happy with what he was seeing. Took a timeout when Sundell broke to the basket there to get everybody on the same page.
Well, I think that's a smart timeout. You still have 15 seconds, and that's 2.1 off of the game clock. So you want to get the right look and the right play. And if it doesn't look
Our
right,
goal is to win the
you gotta
game
pull it
against
out. I
Kansas
think
State.
Kansas State started getting sucked in, and if you look at down low at Aoki Lee, you got to give her space. So you have to spread the floor. If you're looking going for a three-point, same thing. You got to space the floor and move the ball.
We have two Wildcats here today. Two of them. We have Kentucky Wildcats and Kansas State Wildcats. We do have two Wildcats.
Really at all three levels.
Well, all three levels, but every
Wow.
single player that's on the floor right now for Kansas State can score. And so trying to find the right mix and who you want the ball. What's your first option? What's your second option? What's your third option? I would imagine right now your first option is Sundell or Lee, and getting the ball in. And then on the other side, like you look at Poindexter, you can't get one of those two, and then side, knocking down the three.
That was the final timeout for Kansas State. 17.1 seconds left in regulation. The Sweet 16 hangs in the balance. It's been a long time since either of these programs has been among the last 16 dancing in the NCAA tournament. It'll be Kansas State's ball. They will inbound it in front of their own bench. Sundell will be given the ball from our lead official, Kevin Peffel. Sundell gets it backside. Poindexter. Sundell backing in on Hassett. Scores! It's a tie game.
Tie game. Oh, boy.
And I love the plays and the way the plays have been designed as of late.
Okay, this is all down to this wire. Whoever breaks the tie score wins it and head on for the Sweet 16. If we don't finish the game in a tie, then we will eventually have to go into overtime. We don't want that to happen, but if that's the case, we will eventually go into overtime. It's 8.1 seconds left to go.
Fantastic game for her, Sundell.
Well, 17.12 assists today. So Sundell continues not only to score, but we've seen her kind of take a little bit of that load off and distributing the ball, moving it around.
And for Kentucky right now, Tamika, they have 8 seconds to advance and score and try to put this game away.
And I think that's a lot of time when you look at just where we are in this game. You don't have to force a three-pointer. All you have to do is either get a layup, get to the basket, or get to the free throw line and have the opportunity. So I think right now, if you look at Georgia Amore and Deja Lawrence are the two that have continued to produce, especially down the stretch, and then Claire Stratt.
Poindexter there has made 6 threes today. It will be Kentucky's basketball out of this timeout. Winner will move on to face the winner of Mississippi State and USC in Spokane later this week. Hassett will inbound it for Kentucky opposite their bench on their side of the court. To Lawrence. Lawrence penetrates.
What up?
Shot is blocked. Lee gets it.
And oh no!
Overtime in Lexington.
Now we had to go into overtime, and I knew it.
Still hanging in the balance. After 40 minutes, we are tied at 69. We go to overtime, but first, we go to the studio.
Guys, thanks. What a thriller that game has been. We're excited for more. And if you were looking for Ole Miss and Baylor, it is going to start over on ESPN News. Looking forward to seeing Madison Scott and Ole Miss go up against Baylor and Vonleh in just a few minutes. If we can't get you there, it starts on E! News, and then we'll bring it to you. But right now, overtime, Sam and Tamika.
Forward to bringing you this overtime. Both teams won.
All right, we are right now. We're gonna start overtime. This will still all decide now.
Overtime or their arch rival Louisville earlier this season.
If we can't,
Kansas State beat Iowa State in one of their quality wins this season in overtime back in late January. But today, Tamika, what's going to be the difference in these final 5 minutes?
Well, one thing that K-State has done a great job of is managing Aoki Lee's time on the floor. She is the only player in the game right now with 4 fouls, so that'll be something to look at from the K-State side. Kentucky has a few players that have 3 fouls, but I think the biggest thing right now is we will probably see another back and forth 5 minutes as both teams just continue to compete.
Georgia Amor, 14 points. Leading her team, hoping this is not her final game in a Kentucky uniform. And her Aussie, Millie Hassett, both players from the land down under, still on the floor. Kentucky going with their starting 5 that they began the game with. They have used the same starting 5 the entire season.
All right, we are now starting in overtime. This will all decide. You will not have enough time. And the pass is too wide. Turnover. It will be back to our Kentucky.
For Kansas State. That has not been a problem today for either team. Both teams have taken care of the basketball. It's been a high-quality game.
Glenn trying to get the ball in. She had started passing to Lee before she had actually caught the ball.
Strack launching the 3. Off the mark. Key with the offensive rebound to Amor.
Come on.
Amor off the mark on the 3 as well. Both of those 3s look good, but just did not go down.
Right now it's the time when you have to dig in deep. Overtime, through regulation, your body is already going, but now you have to, you almost have to dig deeper. Not almost, you have to dig deeper, and on those shots, you got to stay set and be ready to shoot.
Good denial defense that time by Strack. It'll be Kansas State's ball. Sundell and Lee looking at each other. Lee gives her the screen. Sundell. And then Lee sprints back in. Almost had the offensive rebound. One of the officials saying they're unsighted. And our lead official, Kevin Peffel, comes in and will give Kentucky the ball.
Coach Mitty's upset because he felt like that was a foul, if nothing else. And as you see Aoki Lee fall down, I don't necessarily see the foul.
Yeah, I think it was a good no call. They got it right. 4 minutes to play in overtime. Winner of this moves to the Sweet 16.
We haven't seen Strack score in a little bit, so I would imagine that they would try to get the ball to her.
They did. Off the mark on the 3. And Key in the right place at the right time with a big bucket.
And that shoes, that gets another Kentucky player in double digits, and Tiana Key has been dominating. She has a double-double, 11 points, 13 rebounds.
Sundell drives baseline, scores. We're tied again.
Yeah, Sundell, just so much fun to watch. Offensively, she can create any shot that she wants to for herself and or for her teammates.
19 points for Sundell, along with the 12 assists. She's become Kansas State's all-time assist leader in this game. Strack will post up Lee. Steps under. Gets the finish. Remember, Lee has 4 fouls.
Coach Mitty wants to make the opportunity to keep Lee in there because she's such a big presence.
Lynn open for 3, and that is good. Dangerous.
The shot's good by Kansas State.
And she makes Kentucky pay, and now Kansas State.
Oh boy, we come back to win the 1 point.
Glenn and Poindexter have just been great and have literally gotten their dinner, their lunch, everything served to them on a platter, because when they catch the ball off that help side, they are wide open.
The passing in this game has just been spectacular. On the money. Amor buries it.
Buries it.
It's a 2. Length of the floor pass to Glenn. Good recovery by Amor on D. Walker, though, left open. Missed the layup.
Yep.
And Lawrence fights, throws it up to Amor.
Throws it up and gets it!
That was a play right there. Bobbled balls and all and trying to figure it out. Kentucky, but Amor with the nice pass to Tiana Keith.
The wizardry of Georgia Amore. Poindexter for three.
Oh, wow.
Kidding me? 7 threes for Poindexter.
Unbelievable right now. Kansas State 13-3. Poindexter.
Oh, wow. Tie game.
Glenn and Sundell each with 3.
We are
Under
tied
2 minutes to
in
go
overtime.
in
Winner moves to the Sweet
overtime.
16 to face
The winner
USC
of this
Mississippi
game will
State.
head up for the Sweet 16. The loser of this game will end the season and we gain the lead.
And a timeout taken. The stars are shining right now in overtime.
Well, that's what you want to see when you go down the stretch. And this it all starts with Amore to keep up for 2. Great job with finishing. But on the flip side, K-State continued to dominate their passing, finding the open players. But of course, you got to have another star come back, answer the call.
Well, one streak is going to be broken today. Both these teams are undefeated this season when they score 70 or more points. 1:09 left to play in overtime, and the margins have been so thin in this game.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch from the sideline. I can only imagine how they feel as players, but whoever steps away from this game and head to the Sweet 16, you know on both sides, everything has been laid on the line. And I can't, you go down the box score, and every player that is on the floor has literally played the best that they can play. Now it's a matter of, for the next minute and 9, continuing to leave it all on the floor.
Kentucky has led for more minutes than Kansas State in this game. The possession arrow will favor Kentucky coming out of this timeout. Both teams were making the case to host Kansas State. Felt like they had a resume worthy of hosting. They've had to go on the road to face Kentucky. Kansas State looking for the Sweet 16 as well as Kentucky. It's been a while. Poindexter has just been lights out today, shooting and defending.
Well, she has stepped up to the call today, and Poindexter's been a lot of fun to watch. But when that ball rotates around, she stepped up every single time. That ball leaves her hand. Even over here, I know it's going in. She lets it fly and starts running down on the defensive end offensively, but it's also been the defense. She's stepped up. She's had quite a few blocks. She's gone behind screens, jumped over her own player, and blocked some shots.
What a dramatic turnaround for Poindexter between Friday's game against Fairfield and today against Kentucky. 7 of 14 behind the three-point line. Overall, she's 7 of 16. So she has not made a shot other than a 3 today.
Yeah, so you would imagine that if you're going to run her off of anywhere, you're going to run her off that three-point line and force her to get a 2. But the help side that's digging in because of Ayoka Lee, all of the attention is on her down low. So that post player that's guarding the opposite wing, which has happened to be Poindexter or number 3 Glenn, they've been able to benefit.
.109 left to play in overtime. Sundell to the corner, Poindexter.
Oh!
Poindexter with another heroic 3.
Oh!
Officials conferring right now. Looks like they may give Kansas State the ball. Let's see.
They're giving it to Kansas State, but they want to review it just to make sure.
The out of bounds was under review. Ball on the floor is Kansas State ball.
And good to take a look at this and get it right with under a minute to play and so much on the line. Kevin Pethel, our lead official, Meadow Overstreet over there with him. Yoki Lee and Serena Sundell. And then over on the Kentucky bench, desperately trying to figure out what to do here. Let's take a look. Georgia Amore had the ball. Excellent defense by Glenn.
Hard to
Wow. And the call on the floor is Kansas State's ball.
see. Right, you see Amor's arm right there. But both players have their hands on the ball.
About to get our decision.
The out of bounds on the floor will stay in Kansas State ball. The game clock will be set to 55.9 seconds.
So 4/10
Wow.
of a second put on the clock. Kentucky now will be on defense. For Kansas State, a 1-point lead here.
And that's a great defensive possession for K-State, and it allows them to get another possession.
And Poindexter with another unbelievable three to give them this lead. Lee catching the inbounds pass.
Trying to go down low, Sundell against Key.
Sundell blocks by Tiana,
Blocked.
but it falls right to Kansas State.
Still plenty of time for K-State. Trying to go into Ayoka Lee.
And Lee
And that is off.
misses the shot.
Great defensive
Misses it.
possession right there, Tiana Key.
3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Amor off the mark. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Kentucky with 17.9 seconds left to play. Shot clock is off. Kentucky ball down by a point.
Ayoka Lee dribbles the ball out of bounds. Makes it real easy for the referee to see. Kentucky will get another opportunity.
And then they're going to go back and look at the clock again. Kansas State up 1. It'll be Kentucky's ball.
Set the game clock to 18.7 seconds. 18-7, it is Kentucky ball.
So just under a full second put on the clock for Kentucky right now. Tamika, what do you expect?
Well, I think Kentucky are down by 1. Use the clock. You want to have the last shot no matter what. And I'm going to one of my stars. You're going to go Georgia Amor. You're going to go Deja Lawrence or Clara Strack. The beauty of both teams, honestly, but when you're looking at strictly Kentucky, you got 3 players automatically that you can go to, and Tiana Key and Amelia Hassett have done some great things tonight as well.
Amor shoots the 3. Off the mark. Lawrence gets the rebound. Back to Amor. Amor to Hassett. Hassett for 3. Key with the offensive rebound. Another chance for Kentucky. Jump ball. It'll be Kentucky's ball.
Coach Lee and staff, they are trying to call a timeout over here.
So Kentucky will get it with 3.2 seconds left and still a chance to win. Amor will inbound it
Here we go.
to Strack. Strack back to
For the
Amor.
win.
Amor.
And no!
Kansas State.
Oh no, we lost in overtime. Oh,
Everything out there on the line.
oh no.
Georgia Amor got a great look at the basket, not able to finish.
Oh no.
They,
316.
they erase the memories of that heartbreaking loss last year.
Oh,
at the stage to
no.
Colorado, and they are still dancing in the Sweet 16 for the
Jeez.
first time since 2002. And Yoki Lee's career will continue.
Oh no.
Kentucky, the final time we will see Georgia Amor, the class act she is, all smiles right now. And
Oh,
a lot of
no.
respect she gets from everyone in the game.
Yeah, between her and Deja Lawrence, 2 players that we're going to miss seeing in this Kentucky uniform. Got a good look. Georgia Amor just not able to finish. Kansas State, great job all the way down to the wire.
Oh no.
And an overtime win for
So congratulations to the Kansas State Wildcats take on the win. Good luck to them in the Sweet 16.
80-79.
Man, we lost by 1 point against. We lost 1 point behind them in the overtime.
That game will be tomorrow night on ESPN. For my Hall of Fame partner,
Wow.
James Davis and Brad Wilson in the truck. David Kaplan, statistician. I'm Sam Gore saying so long. Kansas State is still dancing.
Wow.